try and be a little intelligent about it. But the macro on Sandlock is difficult enough already. It's going to be even less impactful this time around. And actually, look how many people dropped out of the plane first chance they could. This is 4 teams in the top part of the map. We see maybe 1 most of the time.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I mean, granted, there's a lot of room to kind of play with, even though the map is smaller. But it looks like a lot of these teams are just condensing immediately on each other. What is going on?
Carnage. Yeah, no one in boot camp, no one in Painan. Carnage, spot that it's open. And so they're going to go back around and make boot camp.
Oh, that's the worst feeling in the world. Protege just stared at him with a gun as he had nothing in his hands. Oh, you hate to see it. I actually hate that more than anything.
But over here in Hot 10, we got a couple of teams fighting out. Ugh, once again, an awful start for airdrop maniacs. Deadeye wants to go for more. 2 guns on his side. A smoke comes out to maybe perhaps get the revive, or even if it's just a fake. But Deadeye is watching the broken wall. Spots ahead in his peripheral vision.
Ooh, at the very least, they are fighting inside the circle, right? So they can kind of prolong this fight and take their time. But again, this is cutting out from loot time, from potential moving to check rotations, see what the hell is going on. They're just stuck now in this position with the fight. Can't do anything else.
Zodiac finds a first aid to utilize because he did take a little bit of damage. Right now it's a 2v1. Pap holding the angle, able to find one, but yeah, immediately traded by Rarity. But then the teamwork comes out. Mardones, though, able to dodge a lot of the shots. Dropping a smoke to cross back over and get the revive. Zodiac, though, he's trying to, yeah, it's just constantly teams wrapping around each other. 404 does go down. And I believe there's only 1 remaining. It's Kinby. He's trying to run away, trying to find something. But every single time airdrop maniacs try and fight, this happens.
They are honestly struggling. Like, airdrop maniacs are, you know, in the bottom 13 right now. So whatever they're doing, they need to switch it up. I don't know if it's that they're just getting unlucky and they're landing on other teams. Sure. The other thing I've just noticed as well is Wooly is once again not in the game. What is going on with Wooly?
I'm assuming that's their shot caller as well. I don't know how it's going to affect their in-game leading.
I don't know.
Sneezy?
Snazzy?
Snazzy?
3D? I don't know.
They spot him, they take him out. It doesn't matter. It's easy. It's one and done.
That is not... man, that's just really not the way you want to go out. 17 boaters, if I remember correctly. Could be wrong.
Oh, they're smoking now. This is bad. This is bad. Oh! Woo! And 2 go down with the ship.
That is... have an angle. I think they're moving to get an angle.
Oh, this is not like
tragic is the word.
But this is so smart to Liberate too, though, because they left a player watching their south. There isn't a big chance of anyone pushing in onto the position this early into the game, but just in case, they actually have 2 players.
Yeah, lucky for him, there's actually quite a few pro spots, especially near Bongya, that he can hide. Oh, the nice little tap there in the end, coming out from Killaroo. Cold Pump's going to finish off the kill on SVG. Dirty Harry, and this one room down for them. Meanwhile, it looks like somewhere Vortec and Liberated are fighting. And here comes THC. Oh, THC with Tactical 8.
Tactical 8. Trades back and forth, but Duel have an off angle onto the east side. This is easy pickings for them. Liam goes down.
Not like this. We have in a lot of trouble here. This is not a good position for Tactical 8, but as long as they can at least clear out the team of THC, nice shots coming out from Grizzly, they can create some space and try to move forward and potentially push on to Duel.
Where can Tactical 8 go? Because they're trying to retreat from this, and they can loop all the way down towards the south, but I think Duel going to have solid lines of sight whichever direction they go.
If anything...
And they need to move fast. This is Sanok. You need to move fast. The blue is already closing. It's a minute and a half.
They need to make a decision. They either push the team of Happy Campers or they bail. They can't just sit there and be indecisive. And it looks like they are choosing to bail.
THC are also billing. They're not committing too heavily onto these points because they need to get in the circle themselves, and it's inconsistent points after really trying to just drive through. They're not even looping that far to the south. Make it onto the hill. Cuts the... Yeah. Yeah.
No, so I'm agreeing with you, yeah. Sorry, it was just
easy on foot in the backline. Everyone's just trying to find their footing in the circle right now. Gage finds a knock and a flush. They're a little wounded. They pulled away from the coast once they couldn't find the final kills onto Rarity, and they're coming straight face to face with Carnage. A lot of damage against Carnage though. Ripper goes down, and everyone else was quite low. And hit it up there.
This is good though. I mean, they have basically a knock onto Carnage. So, and if you look at the way that he was playing it, I think Ripper he's basically baiting, trying to bait Ripper into one of them crossing. Smoke's coming out though. They were able to get the res, and it looks like Liberate's going to back off. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad decision either, because that where they are situated right now on the map, there's so many things they get shot from. Speaking of which, here comes SDK.
SDK only 1 kill. A little just.
It's kind of weak.
Yeah, right. You expect like 12 at this point, right?
Bad team, dude. Bad team.
Usually,
honestly.
bad team. No wonder they didn't qualify for Berlin.
Whoa, that's toxic. I did not take it that far. That is toxic.
Call me Britney Spears, baby.
Okay.
I know that you're toxic. A lot of teams onto the east side, and there's a fight breaking out because the circle has shifted towards the west.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm
trying to make it Nashville.
That song is a banger, though. It's a good song. Looks like Daddy O, though, kind of stuck here between Snow Patrol and a little fight between these two teams. Is he going to find the angle? Just peek a little more. He also has the cannon sight, which I have not seen a lot of people use that, at least at this point in the game. Right under you.
His foot showed, his big toe showed for just a second, and he's now down to 15 HP. But that does give
support from
give Daddy Ho's position away. Little Penguin able to finish him out, and now that means they can easily drop behind, recover.
Third party onto a third party, onto a fourth party, onto a fifth party, which is exactly what's happening right now. You see all these teams trying to hold each other out. Shots coming out from British Columbia UBC, finding a knock.
They do lose 1. Jack does go down. I believe that was a knock from Billy Mays here. And where Jack's position currently is, it might not be the easiest to revive. They're going to have to use a couple of smokes at least. Billy Mays, they're pushing aggressive onto that knock as well. It is just Basic and Eli left. So it's going to be a 2v4, assuming Jack can get revived. And I don't know how well the timing is for that. Peeking up. Don't spot the crawling body. And so they're not committing. They don't want to stay on the edge, likely because they heard the fight towards the southeast, and they know that there's likely a couple of teams coming in from that angle. About to come out from wherever we are, I don't exactly know. Basic drops Lemon. A self-molly in the kill feed.
I'm just sorry, I'm looking at the map. This is getting so absolutely congested all over the place, as Sanok tends to do. And we are about to be in for quite a few fireworks, Cammy, just saying.
Yeah, we just did. Liberate. That was a self-molly. That was not the game plan, I think, for Liberate trying to push into
Is that the second 1G of the day?
Actually, I think it was... No, Snow Patrol was the previous game, the self-knock. But this Liberate's not good. I think 2 players died.
I think it was Lamplot. Didn't he burn himself alive on... Yeah, I think that's the second one.
He did. That was from round 1.
Shack. Yep. It was the first 1G of the match.
Man, these kids, they need to practice their throwing now. Eli and Basic, they're still alive, and they're trying to run rings around multiple teams. Actually, 180s drops D13, but they know that there's still 1 player remaining. Very intelligent use of this rock face to limit the engagement vectors from UBC. More nades come out. They still don't find any knocks.
This is a very precarious position, as there's, again, 3 teams on the edge. Oh, wait a second. Speaking of the edge, so another fight, completely THC, involved with Vortec and also Carnage. Oh, this is bad news bears for all the teams stuck, as Carnage is just now shooting fish in a barrel, absolutely devastating these 2 teams.
The nade does come out. Oh, what a grenade. Is so good. Just barely not the sickest nade we've seen so far today.
Just barely. Yeah, that
It
was.
would have been if it was just slightly towards the left. But this gives Vortec an opportunity after fending off THC, who is the second team to try and push in their position, a chance to revive. But they're going to have to leave and go into the circle, and they know that Carnage are going to be there lying in wait.
There's just, like I said, looking at the map, there's so many teams just entrenched in all these different positions around the map, and with the circle pushing in, I mean, this is what Sandhawk does. It puts so much pressure on the teams that are playing the edge that normally would, you know, have time to find the rotates, find the engagements that they want to take, to just literally fight wherever they can just to survive, just to get in. This is why Sandhawk's exciting to watch, man. I gotta be honest, playing it in competitive it's stressful as hell, but watching, I'm all for it, man. I love it.
It's easy for us. On the west side, Tactical 8 versus STK. It's been a bit of a trade. If Purdy Curdy can't get picked up, STK are going to be back down to 2, but for Tactical 8, it is Beams remaining. He is not just yet going for the revival. It's easy because he knows it's dangerous. He's going to go attempt the flush there. Sees the player crawling around on his hands and knees. Going to toss a nade out. That might be just what he needs to get it. That's another kill for Tactical 8. And he's just going to try and run away. But if it's not STK, he's running away into Carnage.
Oh.
There he goes. Luke finds the angle. That's Beams out. That's more kills for STK. Unfortunately, once again down to 2, but we've seen STK shine with only 2 members remaining before. So I wouldn't be too worried about them, STK fans.
Nope, and they already have 4 kills to their name still, so they're just fine. They're moved into the top 7.
Garbage team. Terrible team. Single-digit kills for STK. Can't stand them. The worst.
Can't stand them. You are just pouring it on thick. Ooh, Dash is potentially in a little bit of trouble. I know the edge of his building is still in. I'm not sure if he can actually get there safe. I don't know if he can play that, but the shack just to the right of him is also, and I'm curious to see what his play is.
He's smoking in the window.
Goodness.
Does that mean he's going to try and leave out that direction?
I mean, you would think it would be safer for him to just take the other angle.
They get a kill. Black Mama's get a kill. They actually finally get a kill this match.
Ooh.
This was the first kill for them. Sitting at 15 points. 11 kills. This is going to be their 12th.
Oh, just right out of the front door, greeted by the rest of San Diego Rarity, Deadeye, and Zodiac. Actually, 8 kills. Remember, we watched them have quite a few issues at the beginning of the game with the boat plays, but they're now in with at least 8 kills. Go ahead.
So that is 4 kills that we missed. 3 kills in the very beginning, this one, and then 4 kills in between when they were a duo after taking a long swim. NAO and EFC pops off, and it's going to be NAO in the kill feed, lighting it up in their favor time and time again. But looking at the map, I believe they are still quite wounded, and Snow Patrol are pushing in, trying to punish this as best as they can. No one is really in the circle. SCK has got an opportunity, but they want to go aggressive onto Carnage. But NAO can't get the revive. Deadbuster is still bleeding out. Gage doesn't have an opportunity to heal up his teammate. He's going for it now. He's going to try and stick it, but the nade comes in.
He's going to find the knock. That's huge. He's going to get the opportunity he needs. If he sticks the res not, no, he doesn't have a chance. He's now being held down by sneak attack. This is beautiful. He should be able to secure this kill at the very least. And there it is. 8 kills for Snow Patrol. Okay.
Losing his teammate on the
Not
side.
Ideal.
Not ideal. It's a little closer. Nades back and forth. They're not actually trying to peek. Oh, that's a good one!
The ricochet off the backboard. Beautiful nade coming in. That's going to bring quite a lot of pressure to San Diego Rarity. Now, Carnage, though, isn't going to make a play off that simply because they have STK on their backs, still just peppering them, knocking them, putting damage on them. God, STK is obnoxious to play against.
Yeah, it's
in a good way. In a good way.
Just barely works out in Delta's favor. They're able to get inside that hut, but I don't know what else he can do from this position. Uncivil as well, finding another angle onto Rarity. They are making sure that these teams are never comfortable.
No, and I want to point out, STK still duo. All of this is the second year in a row they've done this at a duo, and it's a different duo. It's still Luke, and now it's STK on Civil.
The blue, I believe, stole 2.
It did.
Or at least helped finish off 2. I don't actually know where the points went. I'm not that great. And though he has to fall away, and that just gives more ground for STK to take.
Now. Yeah. He honestly, those 2 sprays, one of those needed to be a knock.
Third time's the charm. He finds it, makes it into a 1v1. But as he's still not in the circle, trying to finish the kill before he goes up against Luke. He knows that Luke has a high ground advantage. Will he expect the peek over Pride Rock that Luke is trying to employ? Oh, he gave himself away. He now knows where he is, but he's still taking luck. He's still in the circle. He's holding the line. Headshot! 17 HP on a sneak attack. Luke's falling away.
He's got to heal. He's got to heal. He's got the first aids. He must have seen the spray. He must have saw that he at least hit Luke. Maybe he's going for a heal, but sneak attack still playing very cautious, switching scopes from the 4x back to the red dot to the 4x again. And it looks like he is going to finally go for that first aid.
Got to heal, but this...
Uncivil.
Uncivil going for the information play. Throw the nade on my body. Do it now.
And he went for the flush. Oh,
when you see a body crawling towards you like that, that's giving information away.
They've already